All right, we're going to talk Kawhi Leonard here with Sam Vecenie of The Athletic. Sam, would you do a trade if you're the Celtics? Would you do a trade involving Jaylen Brown for Kawhi Leonard, given the uncertainty we have surrounding Kawhi Leonard's future?
Without talking to Kawhi's representation, without knowing his amenability to re-signing with Boston, I would not. I think that 6 years or 7 years potentially of Jaylen Brown is more valuable than 1 year of Kawhi Leonard. And realistically, if that is, if you're unable to get the information you need from his representation and everyone that's involved with the Kawhi Leonard camp right now, you kind of just have to assume it's a 1 year commitment at that stage. And with Jaylen, I mean, I would assume that Jaylen, you're talking about max money, and he's not going to turn down max money for a qualifying offer. Like, you have him for 6 years, 8 years, whatever, 7 years. So I would not. If I got assurance that Kawhi would be amenable to staying, maybe I would. Maybe I would consider it. But I mean, it'd be hard for me to give up on Jaylen Brown just because the team control aspect is so valuable.
What if Kawhi were enthusiastic about coming to Boston? Sort of
first of all, that's not Kawhi Leonard. So you know right there that that's an imposter, and you can keep it moving. If Kawhi Leonard is enthusiastic.
So I guess I'm asking, is there no circumstance in which Kawhi Leonard heads to the Celtics?
No, I mean, I think that he could. I mean, if he's willing to resign, if they meet with, I think his representation is still Brian Elphis and his uncle or something.
Uncle Dennis.
So
if every good situation, my legal representation is very similar, where it's an empty, shadowy cabal of an organization that has lots of forwarding addresses, and then my uncle. So I'm in a very similar legal situation.
But it's basically like Creed Bratton right now. You're living exactly. Creed Bratton life.
Yeah, exactly. This is many things. That's Kawhi. Right now he's the Creed of the NBA, where a lot of value, but no one quite knows what to make of it. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted you, Sam. You were saying?
I mean, I've lost track at this stage, so we're good.
We're good.
No, it's not Brian Elphis anymore. I'm sorry. Kawhi's rep is Mitch Frankel now. Elphis was the one that lost out on the Kawhi sweepstakes.
Mm-hmm. And so I guess that's kind of, what this all sort of boils down to is, how solid is, the situation. Kind of one of the points I've been making is that, there needs to be a little bit of consistency here. You are looking for, the Celtics have kind of built this organization in such a way where there is strong, organizational integrity. And that's always been a strength of the Celtics. That very well might have been, to hear Kyrie Irving tell it, that's why the Celtics got Kyrie Irving, is because he wanted a situation where that was that same sort of, organizational structure. Does it make you nervous at all that Kawhi Leonard is, leaving in turmoil, kind of the gold standard for organizational, integrity in the Spurs, and yet somehow this situation became too weird for him? Should teams be concerned at all that maybe there is more weird to this situation than, maybe just simply broken trust, how his injuries were handled? Because it is very strange to see, some of the strong statements that some of the other Spurs players have made, because, players usually kind of have each other's backs, and it was a little bit bizarre to see, Tony Parker say some stuff. But I guess Tony Parker's not the best teammate, but you kind of get where I'm going with this, that, it is strange to see the, Kawhi Leonard, it's a weird situation. And does that change your, the calculus on this at all? When you're dealing with, an agent who, may or may not, be struggling, and an uncle who's, kind of a little bit of a wild card when it comes to where he's, going to be steered.
I mean, it's hard to say. I think more than anything, what it's going to be dependent on is Kawhi's injury. That's where all of this stems from, right? All of this uncertainty with the Spurs organization, all of the miscommunications back and forth that have occurred, it stems from the injury. And if he is still not 100% healthy, that's a problem. He needs to actually be 100% for teams to be willing to give up top dollar for him. So much of it just depends on a multitude of factors. Is he healthy? Is he willing to resign? Can you get in communication with the right people to find out if he wants to resign? Is he a flight risk to Los Angeles? You have to judge. What is, there are like 5 different things that you have to get to before you even figure out, oh yeah, this guy's pretty fucking good when he's on the floor. There are just like a lot of barriers of entry to the Kawhi situation at this stage. And it makes it difficult for teams to figure out, okay, how much do we have to offer here? How much should we offer? What is proper value for Kawhi Leonard? Because the Spurs are going to value him like he is one of the 5 best players in the league, signed long-term, who is going to make you an immediate NBA title contender. Yeah. It's kind of an unrealistic situation in this case, just because of how many things are going on with this sweepstakes, right? To me, the team that matches up best is Los Angeles, just to be honest. Like, they have the young pieces, they have the young talent, they have the talent that could help the Spurs next year. All of this makes sense. Boston, if they wanted to, could easily trump that offer of like Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma with, and like, I like both those guys. I think they're both really good, but like if they throw Jaylen Brown and the Kings pick and Terry Rozier on the table, that's ultimately a better offer. And I don't really know if they should do that, I guess is the point. And it's impossible to know if they should do that until we learn more about where Kawhi's head is at. We just don't have any intel on that whatsoever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you're wondering where your hair is at, you might want to check out Hims, your one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, and sexual wellness for men. Thank you, Sam. Just go to 4hims.com right now. Sign up's easy. Just answer a few quick questions, and a doctor will be assigned to you. Products are shipped directly to your door. You don't have to wait in line for hours. Let Hims come to you. Our listeners here get a special trial for just $5 today while supplies last. Just go to 4hims.com/Celtics. 4hims.com/Celtics. All right, we're going to wrap things up here with Sam Vecenie. Yeah, you seem to indicate that you think he's LA bound. Do you think how this ends up, or you think the Spurs have a chance of rekindling the magic with Kawhi Leonard? Where's your money at?
I have no idea how this is going to end up. I don't really think anyone does in the NBA. That's the thing. Like, he wants to go to Los Angeles. I think that's abundantly clear at this stage. But ultimately, while he does have some power in terms of where he can go, because he can say, hey, I'm not going to resign there, I'm not going to resign here. And if he does that, the Lakers have enough pieces to where they can trump offers from opposing teams. But at the end of the day, it's the Spurs' decision. And in a marketplace of rational actors, we could probably assume that this would end up with the Los Angeles Lakers getting Kawhi Leonard. But the NBA is not a rational marketplace, as we've learned time and again over the years. You hear all of these rumors underneath the surface. Greg Popovich won't trade him to Los Angeles. You know how spiteful Greg Popovich is as a person? And I'm like, yeah, but he's also smart. When has this organization ever been run stupidly? So with all that being said, I don't know. I have no idea where he's going to end up. If you made me pick one team, I would say Los Angeles. If you made me rank them, I would probably say LA, then Boston, San Antonio, Philadelphia, with all of them having a 22% chance or less.
Gotcha. You're assuming they turned down Cleveland's incredible offer they obviously made. I don't even know what that package was, but I got to appreciate Kobe Altman for getting those shots up.